1,000 kilometre journey across Australia, heading up the supercharger highway to Rockhampton, then making a sharp left turn across Queensland and the Northern Territory, charging where we can.
Hello and welcome to the first day of the trip. It's a miserable old day here in Sydney, raining, cold, so we're off on our first trip. This is my Model 3. I've had it for about eight or 9 months. It's a great touring car. I've been up to Byron Bay a couple of times. Just goes really well on the freeways. You know, autopilot just makes driving a pleasure. So this is where I'm off. Okay, so we left home in Sydney. We're about 95% of charge, and we're going to navigate to Brisbane, a place called Wynnum, Queensland. There you go. So we'll get to Port Macquarie, first charge, 15%, and then Mclean, and then Wynnum. But I'll probably stop at the Gold Coast on the way. So pretty easy trip. Should get to Port Macquarie at about 11:14. I'll then push on to Coffs Harbour, which is about there, for lunch, which should be about 12:31. I'm also going to just reset my trip computer. So we'll reset Sydney Darwin, reset day, reset. Then we'll know how many kilometres or how much energy we're using per watt hour per kilometre, and we can work out our range based on the the loading of the car and the weather and the road conditions. This is the Heather Bray charging station. We've had to make an unexpected stop because the weather was so horrendous. We've used more power than we thought we had. So we plug in, and I'll show you why. Yeah, so we would have only got to Port Macquarie with 0%. So we used a lot more power than we thought we would. If we go to trips, you can see we're averaging 188 kilowatts per watt hours per kilowatt. Normally we're about 150 to 160, so it must be the rain, and it really was horrendous rain, and aquaplaning and very slow and terrible driving. Well, here we are in Port Macquarie, supercharger. I may be the only Tesla driver out in this horrendous weather. It didn't get worse, it didn't get better, it got worse. So it was pouring down with rain. We had an estimated arrival charge here of 30%, but by the time we got here it was down to 17. So this rain is really killing our range at the moment. But we're supercharging up, and we're going to just change our trip a little bit, because we're going to go to Coffs Harbour now and have lunch. So we'll change to Coffs Harbour. Okay, so it's only an hour 42. We'll be there just after 1:30. What I'm going to do, because we lost 15% or 16% of range just on that trip, I'm going to make sure we have at least 30% at destinations from now on, until this weather stops. So, I've got a few more minutes here. Let's say 10 minutes charge time plus another 10 for buffer, and then we'll be on our way. Coffs Harbour, probably a couple of minutes ahead of schedule. I'm not the only Tesla in town. I'm still using a lot of electricity for the range, 199 for that trip. It was horrendous. There was points there where auto steer and cruise control just said, I've had enough, I can't do it. So, but it's starting to clear up, I think, so hopefully from now on it'll just be the odd shower. Anyway, I'm going to charge up, good charge here, get some lunch and then head off. So we had lunch, charged up to 80%. That's what they limited us to because this charging spot is fairly full. So what I'm going to do now is navigate to Mclean, which is the next charger up. Because what I want to do is hop there and then hop to Gold Coast. And then I want to get enough charge at Gold Coast, I'll be able to get to Wynnum with about 50% charge, which is what I want overnight because I haven't got a charging spot there. Really interesting to know what the effect of rain was. I reckon it dropped range by about 20% when it was really pouring and water was sitting on the road because the tyres were sort of aquaplaning through it. And you just see the arrival percentage drop as you hit that bad weather. So hopefully we're out of that and we can stick to the range as prescribed. Off we go. This is Mclean supercharger. It's only 4 stalls next to the pub by the river. Beautiful spot. Just charging up here enough so I can only stop at Gold Coast for the last charge before I get to Wynnum. So I can navigate to Gold Coast supercharger from here and it should take, it's 187 kilometers, should be there with 28%. Don't really need that buffer now because it's not raining, but just in case, there's plenty of time to get to Gold Coast. Last charge and then off to Wynnum. Gold Coast superchargers. Got here about 5:30. Just got to charge up to about 75%, which will mean we'll have 50% at the hotel for tonight. So it should be about 20 minutes. Nice little spot under Pacific Fair. Lots of spots available. Very good. So here it are, we made it to Wynnum. Interesting stats. So if you look at the last chart, so that was Gold Coast up to here, 137 watt hours per kilometre. That's going along the freeway at 110 or 100. So that shows how efficient it could be. And then we had the almost 200 watt hours per kilometre during that heavy rain. So heavy rain is a big impact. I reckon about 20%. Anyway, we've done 910 kilometres today. Used 162 kilowatts of power. And we've got 178 on average, but I think that's going to drop down to that sort of 150 range as we go forward, and probably 140 if you sit on 100 or you do through towns and so forth. So good day all done. Time for some dinner and a rest. Cheers. See you tomorrow.